Hey guys, welcome back to another plan with me. This week I'm planning the week of Christmas, so December 19th to the 25th. And I'm using this kit from Scribble Prints Co. called Seasons Creepings, which I know, incredibly unoriginal. I feel like everybody this year, and maybe I'm wrong, I haven't been that great about like watching Plan With Me's, just I don't know. I've been really busy, and so I've just been rewatching Sister Wives in the background constantly, which, like, honestly, that show is pretty freaking boring, but I'm, like, just really desperate to get caught up with the drama because if you know, you know. Like, right now it's all going down, and I just can't get enough, and the fact that I don't have to look at them, like, makes it just the perfect thing. And the problem with Playing With Me is I want to watch them, like, I want to look at them because, everything's so pretty. Anyway, I feel like I saw this artwork everywhere, so I'm sure everybody and their mom used this for their Christmas spread or in the month of December, so definitely not original in that sense. A few, just things to mention if you can't tell in my voice. Number one, that's awesome. But number two, I am once again sick, and I have been sick for over a week. And actually today I'm feeling so good. And by so good, I mean my normal, tired, malnourished self. So like not so good, but like not sick. But the problem is I have a feeling that I'm going to have this like wet, coughy, stuffy, like honestly right now, both my ears are clogged. But I've felt like complete trash all week, and I actually didn't even have a voice on Monday or Tuesday. I genuinely didn't have a voice. Like, it was bad, bad, bad. It was so painful, and, like, all you would hear is, like, a little squeak coming out of my throat. So this is, the best it's going to get potentially for, like, the foreseeable future because I just can't, like, get rid of whatever this is that I have. And I'm all caught up with filming. Shocking. And I have 2 more spreads left in my 2022 planner, and I really just want to put her to bed. So we're going to try to power through. I might have to cut often just for like coughing or what have you. It just is what it is, but I'm going to see if I can make it through without coughing. We'll see. I don't know. As far as the base for this spread goes, I didn't put anything on my sidebar except full boxes because, once again, we have a kit where I pretty much wanted to use every single full box because I just thought they were beautiful. And at first, looking at this finished spread, I wasn't in love with it. I don't know if it had anything to do with the fact that I loved the all pink spread from last week so much. But now looking at it, I'm really happy with it. I like the way it turned out. I managed to scrounge together enough date dots to do this. I did have to Frankenstein a couple just because, like, it's. I don't think I'll be able to use date covers unless I feel like purchasing date dots from somewhere, which I honestly don't. Or some I can, like, write my own dates in, but whatever, you don't care. So, yeah, other than that, what happened this week? A little bright spot was I was able to start working remotely this week. My training was like officially over. I mean, I'm constantly learning new things, but like the training part was over. And then I just had like a pretty busy weekend. And I think I mentioned this in my previous spread. I can't remember, but like for sure this year I was hardcore just like Ebenezer Scrooge. I wanted nothing to do with the holidays. All I wanted to do was like be in pajamas and like get drunk and watch a movie and like eat Chinese food. That's all I wanted. And I will say that I did eventually get my wish, but not for a while. So I'm just going to jump into the day by day and see, where this takes us. But starting with Monday, the first thing I marked was that I slept in an extra 20 minutes because I just could not hang. This might be me forever because at this point we are like a month and 3 weeks into my new job and I still can't get myself to go to sleep early enough. I'm also, I believe I'm a 9 or 10 hour person. Like I don't feel rested after 8. So like, for example, last night I did get 8 hours, but I still could not like wake up this morning. it's just hard for me, so whatever. But I've been going to bed at like 1:30 on Sundays because I just want, the weekend to go on forever. And thus I slept in. Under that with a little thing what do you call it? And just this like glasses deco, I marked that I had myself a glasses day. I did not want to waste any time putting in contacts because the earlier I get to work, the earlier I get to leave. I don't remember if I've mentioned this before. I definitely have now that I think about it. But I get to start between the hours of 8 and 9, and I have to stay. I just have to hit my 40 hours, and so like the earlier I get to work, the earlier I get to leave. So point being, I put on some glasses this day. I just wanted to get out. Under that, I marked that I somehow still had time to grab coffee and be earlier than I wanted to be. So like I planned to get in at 8:30. Usually when I go into the office, I try to get there by 8:30 so I could leave by 5:30. But I don't know how, but I got in so early this day that I was able to stroll over to a Wawa, grab my free coffee, and because free coffee Tuesdays were still happening, and I was one of the lucky chosen to be getting my coupons on Mondays. So I went, got my free coffee, got to the building, and still got there by like clocked in, because I also have to like go up to our floor, turn on my computer, and like I have to clock in. So even though it's salary, you have to like count your hours. I don't know if that's normal for a salary position. I have not really worked like a normal salary job. So you tell me, like, is that normal for salary positions where you still clock in? So anyway, by the time my computer booted up and I was able to get onto, our database and like sign in and all that, it was only like 8:20, 8:21. So I don't know how I managed that, but it had to have been the glasses. Under that, with this little sad munchkin, and sorry if I'm not mentioning anything, I'm sort of like toying with the idea of no longer mentioning every single sticker because I sort of get bored of doing that, and I'm like, you tell me, do you like that or not? Like, I don't know. But whatever, I'm just going to be bouncing around. We're just bopping around. So under that, I just wrote that I was too tired to function. I was having like just a lot of trouble completing my tasks just because my eyes were closing. My eyes were like physically closing. It was really hard for me to keep them open. So every once in a while I would like get up and go get some water or do something like that just to sort of wake my body back up because I was getting too comfortable in the chair. Under that, I marked that there was just like insane traffic this day, and I know I'm a broken record. I say the same things over and over again, but like it is what it is. And usually when I mark traffic, that means it was extra bad. Like there's always traffic. So yeah, it was just pretty insane this day. Like I'm talking all major intersections were being blocked by like tons of cars. Like nobody was willing to stop at the yellow, stop at the red. Like they all wanted to go, and I honestly can't blame anybody, but it was really screwing up my evening. So I don't care. I do not care about you getting home. I want to get home. And thus is the problem. Like we all have that mentality. So, although I will say I do not block intersections unless it's genuinely an accident. Like I've blocked an intersection because the traffic was so bad that I had a green light for like 20 more seconds. I'm not kidding, like 20, 25 more seconds, and still nobody was going, so then I've been stuck in the intersection, and usually I will finagle my way onto the side of the road. But these people are on another level out here. Like it's either be selfish or die. Like those are your options. And then on my way, I think I went to my boyfriend's place this evening, but I had a Target pickup that I needed to get. So I stopped at a nearby Target to grab that. And I was just talking to my grandma on the phone. Don't remember what we talked about, probably something dumb. Then I marked that I had a cup of noodles for dinner this day. I don't really have a lot of food at his place, so that was just honestly the easiest. I've been eating a lot of sodium, like processed, prepackaged food, and I really don't know how to get out of that. It's just easy, it's cheap, and it tastes good because salt tastes good. So it's really hard to put any effort into my food. And then the final thing on Monday we just watched the most recent episode of SNL. Moving on to Tuesday, the first thing I marked was that it was the coldest day ever. Oh, I did not know. I had no idea yet. But yeah, it got really, really cold this day. This was the last day of my training, so I did have to go in office again. And then to reward myself, I decided to get myself Chipotle because there were 2 in the area, so I wouldn't have had to like drive to a location or pay for delivery. So I just said, fuck it, and got it. Sorry, I'm saying so much. I just got a phone call and that like threw me off. Let's get back into it. Oh, yeah. So then I drove home, and when I got home, there was absolutely no parking as per usual, and I kept driving around. And so I mentioned this before, like if you've been anywhere populated, you know that there's like loading zones and stuff. And there's this one loading zone that is 30 minutes and like starting at 8 a.m. in the morning from 6 p.m. to 8 a.m., which means that you need to move your car by 8:30 in the morning if you park there, or you will get a ticket. So I was bummed it was the only spot left because nobody wants that spot for obvious reasons. And then I was looking out my window and I saw that there was a spot right outside my apartment. So I ran to my car, pulled it around, and I could have cried. Someone took the spot, and guess who took it? 2 cops who were like interviewing my neighbors. I think their like car got broken into or something. And I was just so pissed because I'm like, you're cops. You could park wherever you want, but you took the last legal parking spot in this whole damn city. Like, that just pissed me off so much. Like, just pull over to the side. Just pull over to the side. My God. Dramatic. Then I did the litter. I had a bunch of stuff to carry into my apartment, plus my, I had my personal computer and my work computer to bring in. It was just a ton of stuff. So I really would have liked that close spot. Then I called my grandma. I can't remember what we talked about. And then I did some knitting. I was knitting a pair of mittens for my boyfriend's niece. And I believe I also watched Sister Wives while I did that. Moving on to Wednesday, the first thing I marked was that I had both cats in my bed. I had gone to sleep with my door cracked just to try to let some of the heat in. My bedroom is not insulated whatsoever, so it gets freezing at night. And because I had done that, both cats made their way onto my bed in the morning, and I was just relieved that they didn't like jump all over me in the middle of the night. I under that marked that it was my first day working remote, and in classic me fashion, even though it's like what I've been waiting for, what I've been dreaming about, I was an anxious mess just because I felt like I don't know, I just didn't want anybody to think I was slacking. So I was just very stressed out about making sure that I logged all of my activity correctly because like they know everything I do. They know every phone call I make, every email I send. It's like very, yeah. And then I just marked that I paid my bills this day, like utilities. And then I marked that I finished my mittens, and they were way more effort than necessary. The first mitten I had made, I read the pattern incorrectly, so I made it way too short. So all in all, I ended up making 4 mittens and 2 came out okay. But I genuinely enjoyed doing them, so it was worth it. Like, it was really more a gift for myself. And then I wrapped all of my Christmas gifts this night. And then the final thing was that at 1:43 a.m., the smoke detector in my room started going off like crazy. It was like doing this 5 chirps thing, and I knew that meant it had to be replaced, and I was just so frustrated. Like, if it's not one thing, it's another. I'm finally done with my training. I'm ready to like get into a routine, and also, you can't reach, my ceilings are the highest in our apartment. Our floors are slanted. I need to be on a chair with a broomstick in order to reach the smoke detector. So it took me a good 5-10 minutes to get that puppy to turn off, because also it was like, I don't know, I was I had to like hold the very end of the broomstick, if you know what I mean, in order to reach. So it was like wobbling all over the place and my chair spins. So it was just, and it was 2 a.m. Like I just wasn't having a good time. On Thursday, I marked that my landlord was coming at 8 in the morning to replace the smoke detector, and this ended up being like a whole damn saga. He had just replaced the one in my roommate's room a month or so ago with no issue. He was in and out in like 30 minutes, and he's an idiot. So like, I'm assuming it should be an easy fix, but no, he can't figure mine out. He's here for hours starting at 8 a.m. and I am trying to work the whole time. So that was really annoying. And then I just marked work. I did laundry on my break, which I am very lucky that I'm able to do that. Although I shouldn't even say I'm lucky. Like any job that can be done remotely, you should have the option to do it remotely, because it really just benefits your life so much. Like just the fact that I could do laundry on my break saves me time after work, like that time I can spend on myself, you know? So I did that. And then I just marked that I was feeling guilty about an ornament. Long story short, a week or so ago when I was out shopping, I had asked my boyfriend, because he was going to go out shopping that night with his friend, if they saw any cute ornaments to like send me a picture. And I mentioned that I was currently in Target and I did not want to get a Target ornament because I just felt like that wasn't personal enough. And then my boyfriend on this day, the 22nd, was at Target sending me a bunch of pictures of ornaments, and he just wasted so much time looking at ornaments, and I just felt guilty because I shouldn't have felt guilty, because I mentioned I didn't want a Target ornament, but he forgot that part. So he was like at Target specifically looking for ornaments for me. So I felt guilty. Anyway, moving on. My landlord had to come back on his work break, because he's not just a landlord. I guess he has a normal job. I don't know his life. I don't care. To try to fix the smoke alarm, because he couldn't figure it out the first time. Spoiler alert. It's not really a spoiler alert. I say that too much. I'm sorry, but he didn't fix it this time either. So he had to leave and come back another day. Then I vacuumed, I finished wrapping gifts, and then I ended my evening watching Sister Wives. Moving on to Friday, I marked that I accidentally started work at 8 a.m., even though on Fridays I don't have to start until 8:30, so that annoyed me. Oh, no, that's wrong. I apologize. That's what I did a different time. Sorry, again. This is why I need to get caught up, because I don't even know what I did. I did start at 8 a.m. on Fridays because it was a half day because of Christmas. So I marked that I started at 8 a.m. and that I had a half day that I was very, very happy about. And then I marked that there was a crazy storm. Let me know if you were in one of the areas that got the like insane freeze, but it was like 6 degrees here. So I had to make sure that all the faucets in the shower were dripping, because again, this is an old shitty building and I have PTSD from when a pipe burst in the wall of my bedroom, and my bedroom flooded on the second floor. It was just awful. So it got very, very cold. Then after I got off work, I spent some of my free time just cuddling Janet and watching Sister Wives. And then, oh my God, I don't have time to tell this whole story, so I'll just keep it light. We had the worst McDonald's experience in the world. I'm still waiting to hear back from them, because I definitely complained about this one. I might call because I was so pissed off that like we put in our order so many times. We drove to pick it up. It was a mobile order and it wasn't going through. Their Wi-Fi was down. And even though their Wi-Fi was down, their jerk of a manager wasn't believing us when we said, like, yeah, the coupon says used, but we never got to use it. Our order isn't going through. Not only did we deserve our 50-cent burgers, she should have given us that shit for free after how long we waited for them. Like, it was a nightmare, but we were already there, you know, because McDonald's has the world's worst app and lets you place an order even when the restaurant is having Wi-Fi issues. They need to work on that. So it was just awful. I thought I don't know. I thought there was going to be a fight because there was an Uber Eats driver there was there to pick up an order that obviously didn't go through, and he was like yelling. It was just bad. And then when we left, Joe and I both stepped in what we could not see. But what was definitely diarrhea, but it was like so frozen over that you couldn't tell at first. And then we tracked it all into my car. So that was like a whole fun thing. We spent an extra like 30 minutes cleaning our shoes, cleaning my car, a whole other nightmare. Then we went to another McDonald's because they were out of what we ordered after all that waiting. And guess what was in front of the second McDonald's? Another pile of feces. Another pile of what I can guarantee was human feces. I am so mad at McDonald's. And I know that's not their fault. Like, I know that, and I don't expect the wait staff to clean that up. Like, the second McDonald's, they had their shit together, literally, figuratively. But at least we didn't step in it this time. So yeah, just not a fun experience at all. So McDonald's, if you're watching, I know you're not, but you owe me, because that was terrible. Maybe it's like a sign from the universe to stop eating fast food and get healthier. I don't know. So anyway, Mark, we both stepped in diarrhea. Then we went back and watched the challenge, and then we put on Metro Station, which is just like the best music to like get me awake when I'm tired, and we cleaned Joe's apartment. Moving on to Saturday, I marked that I got ready because we were going to a Christmas Eve party at my best friend's family's house. We got in a silly argument over a tin. I can't even remember the point. I thought it was unnecessary to put the like crackers we were bringing in a nice festive tin. Like, I didn't want to waste our time picking up a tin. I just wanted to put them in a Ziploc bag. I'm very close to this family. I don't need to put on a show, but he likes to be present, whatever. It doesn't even fucking matter. Then we drove to New Jersey. We had to drive separately because I was staying the night, and he had to go back and finish getting his apartment ready for his family who were coming on Sunday. So then I just marked that we had the Christmas party, and then afterwards I stayed the night at my best friend's mom's house, and I stayed up until 2:30 in the morning helping to be Santa, because even though the youngest kids in that family are like 12 and 13 or 11 and 13, like definitely too old for this crap, their mom, it's like literally her favorite thing in the world to be Santa. So this was her last year because they had COVID last year. Somebody died the year before that, and then there was like COVID the year before that. So she hasn't had a proper Santa, and now they're like tweens, and she can like taste the magic, ending. So whatever, we just helped her. We gave it to her. She was Santa. Didn't get to bed until like 2, didn't go to bed until like 3. And then on Sunday was woken up at 7:30 in the morning to open gifts. So that was lovely. And then I just marked gift time. Then I had to rush home because I had to feed the cats and then help Joe wrap gifts. I got a text from him at 6 or 7 a.m. that he was just going to bed and he still had not finished wrapping the gifts. He has ADHD. He just really struggles to get things done in a timely manner. So me to the rescue. I flew home. I shaved off like 5 minutes from that hour plus trip. That was like not smart. I was driving too fast, but stopped at my place, fed the babies, went to his place, wrapped all the gifts. And honestly, it was so fun wrapping while he was asleep because he wasn't there. Because he also like is obsessed with efficiency. And I hate wrapping when he's around because he'll be like, you cut that, a centimeter too big and now you're wasting paper. I like, shut up. So I wrapped gifts. Then his family came for only like 3 hours. It was honestly so much prep, so much cleaning, so much hassle. We bought, well, I didn't buy it, but like he bought a bunch of food to make them for breakfast. Then they told him that they were going to be hungry for breakfast, and only really his sister ate, and like his brother-in-law ate a little bit. Like they clearly had eaten before coming. So it would have been nice if they had just like mentioned that, because he went to all this effort for them and they had clearly already eaten. The kids didn't eat anything. And then the just light at the end of the tunnel, after his family left, he and I ate all the breakfast food, so we didn't even get Chinese, which was our original plan. I was kind of bummed. We did get it the next day, so it's okay. But we just spent the rest of the evening watching White Lotus Season 2, and that's honestly all I wanted for Christmas. All I wanted was to relax, watch TV, and not have to worry about anything. So I did finally get that, and I was so happy, and it was just really nice. And we opened the gifts we got each other, and that was the end of it. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, especially if you stayed till the end. Here is the finished spread. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one, which I guess is New Year's Eve. Bye.